When I was in my early 20s, I built a seven-figure business from my hometown, small town in upstate New York, which is where I'm at right now. I'm visiting, seeing my parents. I like to see them a lot. And the big reason I come back is family. Like, I would not come back here if it was not for my family, my extended family, my mom, my dad, all that. And eventually they'll leave. And we'll have a big family compound somewhere else. But right now, I'm back in the hometown, and yeah, this is the location exactly here where I built my first internet company that created the freedom that I have today. I didn't build in Miami. I didn't build in a big city. I didn't build it overseas. I built it here from my laptop, from my phone, while keeping my expenses super low and living at home with my parents. I created that freedom from the office that I built with my dad in our home. I built an office. And there's this, in my opinion, there's this rumor, there's this false narrative online that's like, you got to get out, you got to spend a ton of money, you got to leave your hometown, you got to disrespect money, you got to separate yourself from your family, and yada. And like, maybe there's some truth to it, maybe there's some benefits that come from it, but I don't think it's 100% necessary. I actually think the best thing that any young guy can do for themselves, I even know guys that are like 27, 28, nearing 30, that, work a job or quit their job and went all in on the online business, that are still, close to their parents and in the hometown, or live with their parents as they build. It is the best if you have a family that supports you, which I've had. When I dropped out of college, my mom, my dad, and my sister were really the only three that got it and supported me. I had some extended family that kind of, but most people said I was an idiot and I should go back to school. And so it was kind of cool feeling it out now, where it's like, hey, I didn't need school to do any of this. But you come back to the hometown, and yeah, after making millions and millions of dollars, and I did it when I was here, and I didn't really realize how good I was doing, because I was just locked away, like building. But this is the place when you're in your hometown and you have that support from your family and your parents, of where lower expenses, right? Maybe you chip in for rent and food and stuff like that, but you're not going to spend what you spend in a big city. 2, there's probably less distraction than if you're out on your own discovering the world, stuff like that. And 3, it's not required, but you have options. Okay, like you're not required to stay home to build a big company, just like you're not required to go live somewhere else to build a big company. But it gives you optionality. You can go travel, and you're not spending a ton of money. And so, I think one of the best things that I personally did was stay in my hometown, do the opposite of what people tell you. Stay in my hometown when I first started my business, and stack up a bunch of cash, build up my safety net, okay, and really start to set up myself for the future. Like, I was making money online before any of you guys knew me, before this channel was ever started, before any of my personal brand and the company I'm building now were ever a thing. I had the agency, I had my pages, and I was just stacking up. And I think that anyone starting right now, like, the worst thing you could probably do is go move to a new expensive place where you have to focus on surviving first and then building second. When you have the luxury of support, you should take that luxury of support and allow it to mentally free yourself from surviving. Like, when you're in a new city and it's super expensive and you can barely pay rent, you're not thinking about building the company super profitable long term. You're thinking about, how can I pay rent next month? Okay, so people will tell you online, like, the best thing you could do is move to Miami as a young guy. When you have the money, move out, get out, whatever. I think you can and should move out of your parents. I think it's fine to go to a different city. I did it. At 22 years old, I moved to Miami. This was a couple of years ago. And I got my own apartment, and I started just building a company from there and living from there, and I had a great time and lived a great life. But I don't think I'm any better for it. I think I experienced new things. I think I met new people. I think it was a layer above what I had already accomplished. But if I had moved there with no money trying to make it, I'm just going to think about surviving all day. And I'm not going to be thinking about how do I build. But because I built first in my hometown and then I moved there, things for me, the world opened up. The world opened up when I had built my foundation and I moved to a big city. I already knew people there. I had a network. I was able to connect with a ton of people. I was able to take advantage of the actual amenities that were in the city. And it was great. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm not in Miami right now. I go back from time to time, that type of thing. I live in a different location at the moment. But when I come home to the hometown, it reminds me of a couple of things. One, I was able to build here, no problem. And look, I'm at my parents' home right now. I got the old basketball hoop over the pool in the suburbs. You can see the houses back there, the trees and nature. It's cozy, right? I was able to build here. There was no problem, because I think that internal fire that you might need when it comes to, you definitely need when it comes to creating and building a business, it happens internally. Like the external, yes, being in an aesthetic place, I typically make more money when I'm in an aesthetic place, but that's typically because the vibe of the environment and whatnot, but it's not required. My business doesn't die if I come back to my hometown. So the first thing is just like kind of thinking about that and like talking with my dad today and just realizing like I did this from a laptop and my phone in the little dinky office that we had built that wasn't aesthetic at all, but I had a drive, I had a fire, like some kind of passion that, I don't know, I just plugged away at it for a couple of years and it just happened. It took me 9 months to really make significant money after I first started, and that's when I was still working my job. And the interesting thing is, and so people will talk about the hometown as like, oh, well, the people there are losers, and the people there don't have anything going for them, and everyone's kind of just, pessimistic, and nobody's positive, everyone's negative, and I think a lot of that's true, but I don't think it's just your hometown. I think you go anywhere. Anywhere I've been, there's people just like that. There's people that are negative. There's people that don't want you to win. There's people that are losers. There's people that don't take care of themselves. And if you surround yourself with those people, well, I mean, that's going to rub off on you. And it doesn't matter whether it's your hometown, doesn't matter whether it's a new city, doesn't matter wherever it is, that can happen. You're going to find those people. And so I do agree that going to a bigger city is good for you when you're ready to build a network. But you don't need to build a network from day one. What you need to do from day one is find a business model that works and work on it every single day. And you don't need to talk to anybody except for your customers and employees and advisors, okay? And you can find all those people on the internet. How do you think I built most of my network? I met them on Instagram and Twitter because they were doing similar businesses to me, and then I saw them. I've seen them in Scottsdale. I've seen them in California. I've seen them overseas. I've seen them in Miami. I've seen them in New York City. I met up with tons and tons of people from the internet. That's where I found like-minded people. In general, it's very hard to find like-minded people, especially if you're one of these business guys like me, in this newer age where most people are going to college, okay? And so, sure, maybe in your hometown most people are losers, but I think there's losers everywhere. And so for you to find people and surround yourself with people that aren't losers and are doing similar things to you and kind of get you, they're on the same wavelength, you're going to need to build a network. But the only way you build a network is by offering value. And you offer value when you've accomplished something and have something to provide. And so the first thing you need to do is not move. You don't move to Miami and triple your income. That is a retarded take and a retarded way to sway you into spending more money that you don't need to spend. You don't need to have fun. You don't deserve to have fun at 19 or 20. You deserve the opportunity to build. And you have the opportunity to build. It's right here. It's called this phone, a laptop. It's your brain. It's your knowledge. It's you being in this place at this time that is the opportunity to build. And so wherever you're at, you don't need to leave. You don't need to go find, travel, discover something. I'm sure it's not bad. I'm sure it's not bad to go places, live cheaply, whatever. It's not bad to stay in your hometown. It's not bad to leave your hometown. I just want you guys to know, the advice that people are pushing on the internet is really stupid. I see this leave your hometown thing pushed all the time, and I just super disagree with it because I didn't do it. I didn't need it. Yeah, I'm a smart guy, but I know plenty of smart people that did leave and got more distracted in a new location than they were in their hometown. And so if you're watching this and you're a younger guy, you're my age, maybe you're a little bit older, you're probably in your 20s, maybe early 30s, and you're like, shit, man, I've been working a job, or I went on this college path, or, you know, my family and whatnot. Like, people are pushing me to do certain things. You know, if you're that guy right now, I would encourage you to take a step back from the situation and really understand the value that you bring and the value that you have and the opportunity that you have right now. You probably have little value, or maybe you worked a job for a bit and you have a decent amount of value. And so, you know, you have some skills, stuff like that. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know. Plan it out. Get it out. And then realize the opportunity you have. If you're young and you know how the internet works, you have a ton of opportunity. You have a lot more opportunity than you think you have. You have a lot more opportunity than most people are telling you. And so really flesh that out and ask yourself, do I need to be in a special place? Do I need to be in Miami? Do I need to be in New York City? Do I need to be in LA to accomplish this? Do you want to be there? Okay, maybe. You know, I wanted to be in Miami. I think it was great. I had a good time, but I didn't need to be there to build my company. I probably maybe would have made the same amount of money or more, because I would have been more locked in if I stayed in my hometown or went to a more quiet, kind of low-key location. So that's something to consider. But I would get that. I would really plan that out. I would understand the value that you bring. I would understand the opportunity that you have and the opportunity you can take advantage of. And then I would ask myself, like, do I need to be in this location? Am I going to listen to these guys and go do it? Or, like, can I just do it from where I'm at? Because I guarantee you 100%, and it's getting windy, so I'm yelling, 100% of you people watching this can take advantage of the opportunity that the internet is from your hometown, from a small village, anywhere. As long as you got internet access, you got your device, you have some ideas, and you realize what those ideas are, and you press the gas on them, and you don't lollygag, you don't wait around, you take advantage of it, you can absolutely crush it in your hometown. I did it. I'm the example of it. I was on the normal path of college, going to get a normal job and all of that, and I dropped out after 2 months, and I took the leap. I just took the leap. I believed in myself. I saw the opportunity. I started trying shit. I had a job. I stayed with my parents. I stayed lean. I didn't have crazy expenses. I wasn't focused on surviving. I wasn't focused on where's my next meal gonna come from. No, I had some money from the job, and I took the rest of the cash. I put it into some crypto, and I started trying online business, advertising, Instagram pages, drop shipping, everything. And finally it clicked, and it just happened. And I went on and started my agency from there. It was almost $1 million a year company. And I said, I'm going to move to Miami now. And that's when I left. I left after I was successful, and I built a network after I already had some. I built the network. You guys have to understand. I didn't need to go in person. This isn't the 1980s anymore. I didn't need to go in person. I didn't need to go to some networking club. I got on my phone. I started tweeting. I went on Instagram. That's when I started my personal brand. I started to network with people, and I met people. And then when I moved to Miami, I knew like 50 people that were there, and I just met up with them, and I found who was cool, who wasn't cool. I made friends from there, and I kept meeting people across the world and the country through my phone. That was my networking device. I accomplished something, and then I told people about it, and I networked with them, and that was the way I built that. That was the way I got those benefits. And so this is and before I go, I'm dragging on here, a core principle of how I think about things now after doing business for a lot of years is, how can I condense all these different things? Like, you know, can I build a network? You know, or like, let's say I want to build a network. Okay. How can I condense the network building from going to big city to big city and meeting up with people to I'm wherever, I'm on a boat, I'm on a plane, I'm driving somewhere, I'm in a remote location in my hometown, and somehow I'm building new connections. How can I do that? Well, you can literally just pick up your phone and build a personal brand, and it's there, it's done. It's that simple. Like, it's you don't need to go in person anymore. You can just talk with people on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube and put out videos just like this. Like, I'm sure this video will eventually find somebody. It might not get a lot of views at the start, but it will eventually find somebody someday that will like it and will DM me on Twitter, and we will end up doing business together, or we will end up being friends, or something along those lines. Or this video will be part of the hundreds of other videos that I put up, and eventually that person and I will be friends. And there's going to be hundreds of thousands of you at some point, maybe millions. And so you don't need to leave your hometown to be successful. You can if you want. There's certainly a lot of benefits. But the things you want to accomplish, I sound like a philosopher now. The things you want to accomplish, this is something I had to learn the hard way. The things you want to accomplish are all already internal. They're here. You have them. You're able to tap into those ideas. You're able to express those ideas from exactly where you are today. You're able to tap into it from exactly where you are today. So before you leave your hometown, you spend a bunch of money, you go somewhere that your family isn't, and you don't have the support network, and you miss your mom and your dad, and you go bankrupt, and you're focused on survival. Focus on what you have and what you can control, and the opportunity in front of you right now that you can take advantage of before you go and move and make a mistake and do anything stupid. Look, guys, I don't know if you fully grasped that message, but I hope you did. I hope this was helpful. And I'm going to be making a lot more videos. I have been. If you go to my channel, you can see there's a lot of videos up. There's going to be a lot more videos coming. If you want help growing your personal brand, link in the description. That's what my consulting company does. I've grown my personal brand. We do 7 figures plus per year, and I've helped hundreds of others do it as well. And if you're just here, you like the videos, please subscribe, please support. It means a lot to me. It shows me that I should keep filming them, keep making them, keep uploading. So I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.